As an instrumentation engineer, it's my job to research and develop and find solutions for testing and measurement for certification and development programs. I've been doing that for 26 years for a lot of different companies. I go to a lot of different conferences to explore technologies, and this, is I would say no different in that respect, that I'm going researching other technologies. I'm an instrumentation engineer for Honda research, and we're doing test and development on the hybrid eVTOL program. We have a couple subscale models that we've flown, over 400 flights, and it's still in development. And like I said, my job as an instrumentation engineer is to measure things. And I know here at the conference there's lots of interesting technologies that show us potential solutions for measurements.
It's a great way to stay up to date with what's out there today in terms of test and measurement.
You have to, because it's always evolving. I've been in this industry, like I said, 26 years, and I've seen things go from, PCM FM to Ethernet based.
Right.
Lots of different new technologies in development, and I as an instrumentation engineer, I need to stay up to date on all of that. Right. And all the changes in the industry, keeping a pulse on new things that other companies are developing, because you can't stay stagnant, because you're going to get left behind. You have to always be researching and advancing, because the test requirements change over time. I mean, now we're working on these eVTOL. Well, this is new for me.
Yes.
High power, high current, things that I have not used in my previous experiences. I have a lot of helicopter experience, and doing a lot of rotors, a lot of vibrations, structural strain gauges and things like that. And all those things are going to be similar in the aircraft industry, but now I'm having to deal with charging systems and power delivery systems with electric systems. And that's actually much different. A much different thing that I'm used to doing. And so I'm learning more about it every day as well. This is just one way that I get to be able to learn and grow, personally, as well as maybe provide some solutions for a company in the future.
Well, think about what you're doing. I mean, you never would have, did you dream 10 years ago you'd be working on electric vertical takeoff and landing
Never.
Aircraft?
Never. I saw that. I saw it in 2009. I saw NASA had some projects that they were pitching, and I thought, oh, that'll never work. Batteries are very heavy,
yes,
and they still are, and battery technology is still an issue in the industry. But that's why seeing what Honda is doing and what they've said, that they're going a hybrid system, and that, to me, it makes a lot more sense, because you can't carry that much weight. In the battery technology and the power density for batteries is just not there yet,
right,
to be able to lift these heavy machines, and transport them a long enough distance to make it viable, I think, to make it even commercially viable. So I think the hybrid electric approach is definitely much better to start with. Maybe in the future, they can, if battery technology gets to that point where the power density versus weight has a better aspect ratio, then they can pivot to full electric. But I think for now, hybrid is really the way to go, because it gives you the most range, it gives you the most usability for the aircraft.
Right.
So
we've seen the exact same thing happen, of course, on the automotive side.
Correct.
When Honda's deeply involved in that too, and for sure, these new technologies require new technologies to test them.
Yes, and that's exactly why
that's why you're here.
It's why I come to conferences, so I can learn how these measurements are taken safely. Because again, high voltage, you have to be very careful. I'm not used to that, but you got to take it safely. You got to make sure you have a lot of isolation, and so I'm learning how some of these companies have developed test equipment to help take those measurements and make it safe. So that's very important to me as well, as a test engineer.
We're very excited to have you here, and everything, all the amazing information you bring to the world. And thanks for being part of the Measurement Conference this year.
Thank you. I was glad to be here.